Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's be honest, relationships can be confusing. You might think you're doing everything right, but somehow things still fall apart. I know that feeling all too well. After a devastating breakup, I spent months asking myself, what went wrong? I tried blaming circumstances, questioning my partner's actions, and even wondering if I just wasn't good enough. But the truth is, I was completely missing the bigger picture. Then came a night that changed everything. After hours of overthinking and reliving every conversation, I finally did what I should have done sooner. I reached out to a friend, and what she told me hit harder than I expected. She said, "You're chasing love, but you're blind to the lessons right in front of you." And she was right. Relationships aren't just about attraction or even compatibility. They're about understanding what truly makes a woman feel loved, respected, and valued. So today, I'm going to share 7 harsh truths about women that changed my life. Whether you're single, dating, or in a long-term relationship, these lessons can transform how you approach love and deepen your connections. Let's dive in. Number 1. Emotional security matters more than money. Let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions out there: the belief that money is the ultimate key to winning a woman's heart. Sure, financial stability is attractive, but if you think your paycheck is all that matters, you're missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. Women crave emotional security. They want to feel safe with you, not just physically, but emotionally. This means knowing they can express themselves without fear of judgment, rejection, or emotional neglect. When a woman feels emotionally secure, she's comfortable being vulnerable. She won't feel the need to hide her fears, frustrations, or even her dreams. And trust me, that level of emotional openness is what creates a deep, lasting bond. I used to think buying gifts or planning lavish dates would keep a relationship alive, but no amount of money can compensate for emotional distance. I learned this the hard way when my past relationships crumbled, not because I wasn't providing, but because I wasn't truly present. Here's what emotional security looks like in action: listening without interrupting when she shares her thoughts, validating her feelings, even if you don't completely understand them, being reliable and keeping your word, supporting her during difficult times. If you want to build a strong, meaningful relationship, focus on creating emotional safety, because a woman who feels secure with you will always choose you, no matter how much money is in your wallet. Number 2. Women don't always want you to solve their problems. Here's a truth I wish I'd learned sooner: not every problem needs a solution. As men, we're naturally wired to fix things. When our partner comes to us with a problem, our first instinct is to jump into problem-solving mode. We analyze, strategize, and offer solutions. After all, that's how we show we care, right? Wrong. Women often don't want a solution. They want to be heard. Sometimes, they just need to vent. They want to express their frustrations, fears, or insecurities without you trying to fix them. What they're truly seeking is validation. I can't count how many times I made this mistake. My partner would come to me, overwhelmed from a rough day, and instead of listening, I'd start listing ways to fix the issue. In my mind, I thought I was helping, but to her, it felt like I was dismissing her emotions. Here's how you can handle these situations better. Listen actively. Nod, maintain eye contact, and respond with empathy. Ask questions like, "How are you feeling?" Or, "What can I do to support you?" Validate her emotions. Even if you think the problem is minor, her feelings are real. A simple, "That sounds really tough. I'm sorry you're going through that," can mean the world. Remember, she chose to open up to you because she trusts you. Don't underestimate the power of simply being present. Number 3. Physical attraction starts it. Emotional intimacy keeps it alive. There's no denying that physical attraction plays a major role in the beginning stages of a relationship. I spent years thinking that if I looked good, stayed fit, and dressed well, I'd have no problem keeping a woman's interest. And sure, the initial spark was always there. But when that physical attraction inevitably faded, so did the relationship. Why? Because I neglected the emotional side. Emotional intimacy is the glue that holds a relationship together. While physical chemistry might ignite passion, it's the deep conversations, shared experiences, and emotional vulnerability that create lasting love. I once dated someone who was undeniably beautiful. But beyond our shared attraction, we lacked emotional depth. We didn't communicate our fears or dreams. We avoided difficult conversations. Over time, the relationship became shallow, and eventually it ended. Building emotional intimacy means being vulnerable. Share your thoughts, fears, and goals. Let her see the real you, understanding her world. Take an interest in her passions and experiences. Creating memories together. From spontaneous road trips to cooking dinner together, those little moments build a deeper connection. Physical attraction is fleeting, but emotional intimacy, that's what keeps the spark alive for years to come. Number 4. Women respect boundaries but dislike weakness. One of the toughest lessons I had to learn was understanding the difference between being kind and being weak. I used to think that always saying yes to a woman's requests was the way to prove my love and commitment. I thought that avoiding disagreements would keep the peace. But you know what happened? Instead of gaining respect, I lost it. Women respect men who have boundaries. A man without boundaries is like a house without walls. There's no protection, no structure, no sense of security. When you constantly bend over backward to please her, it sends the message that you don't value yourself. And here's the truth. If you don't respect yourself, she won't either. But don't mistake boundaries for being controlling or stubborn. Boundaries are simply about knowing your values, preferences, and limits. They're about standing your ground without fear of losing her approval. For example, if she constantly crosses a line that makes you uncomfortable, speak up. If she asks for something that goes against your values, say no. If you need time for yourself or your goals, prioritize them. Being a man with boundaries also means being okay with disagreements. Healthy conflict shows that you're authentic and confident. Women admire men who can navigate conflict with calmness and clarity. Now, this doesn't mean being aggressive or disrespectful. It's about knowing when to assert yourself and when to compromise. A strong man leads with understanding and confidence, not fear or insecurity. And believe me, once you start setting boundaries, you'll notice a change. Women will respect you more, and your relationship will feel more balanced. Number 5. Love dies when effort stops. I'll be honest. I used to think that once I was in a relationship, the hard part was over. I won her heart, so I could relax, right? Wrong. Love isn't something you achieve and then forget about. It's a continuous process of effort, growth, and connection. In the beginning, everything feels effortless. You're showering her with compliments, planning dates, and making her feel like the most special woman in the world. But as time passes, routines settle in, and the excitement starts to fade. That's when relationships face their biggest threat: complacency. Women notice when the effort dies. They feel it when the good morning texts stop, when the spontaneous gestures disappear, and when the conversations become dull. And once she feels neglected, the emotional connection weakens. But here's the good news. Keeping the spark alive doesn't require grand, over-the-top gestures. It's the small, consistent actions that matter most. Try this. Check in with her emotionally. Ask how her day was and truly listen. Surprise her with small gestures. Bring her favorite snack. Leave her a thoughtful note. Or plan a date night. Celebrate her achievements. Acknowledge her growth, no matter how small. Keep the intimacy alive. Physical affection, compliments, and quality time go a long way. Remember, love isn't a destination. It's a journey. If you want a relationship that lasts, commit to showing up every single day. Number 6. She wants leadership, not control. There's a misconception that leading in a relationship means being controlling or dominant. That's not what real leadership is. Women aren't looking for a dictator. They're looking for a partner who steps up, makes decisions, and brings stability. When I avoided making decisions or stayed passive in moments that required leadership, my relationships suffered. Women naturally admire a man who is decisive, dependable, and assertive. But what does leadership look like in a relationship? Being proactive. Don't wait for her to handle everything. Whether it's planning a date, resolving a disagreement, or offering support, take the initiative. Creating a safe space. A true leader makes his partner feel secure, not fearful. Support her dreams, encourage her growth, and stand by her side. Embracing collaboration. Leadership doesn't mean making all the decisions alone. Value her input, listen to her perspective, and find solutions together. Handling challenges calmly. When life throws obstacles your way, she'll look to you for strength. Stay composed, make rational decisions, and navigate difficulties as a team. A man who leads with confidence and kindness will naturally earn a woman's respect and admiration. And when she sees that she can rely on you, her attraction will only deepen. But remember, leadership is never about control. It's about guidance, support, and creating a partnership where both of you thrive. Number 7. She values emotional intelligence over brute strength. Let's get one thing straight. Emotional intelligence is one of the most attractive traits a man can possess. Sure, physical strength is impressive. Society often glorifies the tough guy image. But what truly sets a man apart is his ability to understand, manage, and express emotions, both his own and others. I used to believe that being emotionally closed off made me strong. I thought suppressing my feelings and appearing unaffected was a sign of masculinity. But it did nothing but create emotional distance in my relationships. Women value men who are self-aware, understand your triggers, insecurities, and patterns of behavior. Recognizing your emotional responses allows you to handle situations maturely. Empathetic, being able to see things from her perspective and validate her feelings, strengthens your connection. Calm under pressure. When disagreements arise, an emotionally intelligent man remains composed. He doesn't react impulsively, he responds thoughtfully. Supportive. Instead of dismissing her emotions, you offer understanding and encouragement. Emotional intelligence also means knowing when to apologize, when to compromise, and when to stand your ground. It's the ability to communicate effectively and resolve conflicts without resentment. Women aren't looking for a man who never cries or hides his emotions. They're drawn to men who are emotionally grounded and aren't afraid of vulnerability. It shows strength, not weakness. The more you cultivate emotional intelligence, the stronger your relationships will become, not just with women, but in every area of your life. So there you have it. The 7 harsh truths about women that completely transformed my life. These lessons weren't easy to learn, but they were necessary. Once I understood what women truly value, my relationships became healthier, more fulfilling, and more genuine. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these truths resonated with you the most? Have you had any experiences that taught you valuable relationship lessons? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if this video helped you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future insights on relationships and self-growth. Remember, understanding women isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about learning, growing, and becoming the best version of yourself. See you in the next video. Take care.